Happy Monday. 69 degrees. And it's supposed to get cooler tonight. My friend from church wanted me to go to the TFC nights at our church tonight. And I'm like, are you crazy? Like, we had all summer to do this. Like, all summer they were doing those things. Not all summer. They do them like every other month, right? Every other month they'll do like 3 consecutive days of services, and that's why they call them TFC nights. I would have preferred to have gone in the summer, but they made an announcement yesterday that they're going to have it today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. And she's like, we should come. And I'm like, okay, look, I can't see very well at night. And it's the truth. I go around the corner to pick up my son from work. I don't go drive anywhere else long distance because I know that I can't see very well. And then it's supposed to be 49 degrees tonight. So why am I going to do that to myself? And I just said, I don't think I can. And she's like, well, let me know for sure tomorrow. That way, so I can ask somebody else. And I said, well, go ahead and do that, because I can tell you right now that more than likely I'm not. Why aren't we moving? Oh, because of the bus. Anyhow, so I texted her earlier and I said, hey, I don't think I'm going to be able to go tonight. I said, I can't see very well and it's going to be cold tonight. Yesterday, she was in a hurry to leave after service because it was starting to get cold outside. It got really windy and the air was cold. And she's like, oh, let's go because I'm already cold and I'll see you later. And she was in a rush to leave. So how's she going to do it tonight? But anyhow, that's on her. Also yesterday morning, at church, somebody was wearing a perfume. Like, I'm not saying that they smelled bad, but somebody was wearing a perfume that really triggered my allergies, that I started coughing and coughing. Like, I inhaled it. Well, first my nose started to run. Like, it started running, right? So there I am with my tissue, trying to keep my nose from running and just going like that, breathing in so that my nose doesn't keep running out, And then when I did that, all of a sudden I got a big old whiff of the perfume that it went straight to my throat, and I immediately started coughing. And service was about to be over anyway, and I said maybe I could just hold off, just wait. But I think it was a couple that was in front of me that got there kind of late. I think it was a girl that was wearing that perfume. And like I said, I'm not saying she smelled bad or that the perfume smelled bad. There was just something in that perfume that caused me to react that way. Because as soon as that started, I told my friend, I said, you know what, I'm going to have to step out. I can't do this. And so I stepped out of the sanctuary and into like the lobby area. As soon as I did that, you all, I stopped. I wasn't coughing. My nose stopped running. I was just like, wow. I was really like in shock because that's never happened to me before. So I was like, wow, whatever was in this perfume really triggered me. Wow. And so anyhow, that's when we were talking outside for a little bit and stuff. And we didn't get to talk much. She did mention something before service started about, and she had already asked me this question before. So I was kind of like, well, what is she trying to get at? Because she was like, do you ever go shopping for clothes? And I'm like, yeah, but I mainly shop online. Online? How do you know if it's going to fit you if it's online? I said, well, because the sizes, it's either small, medium, or large. So I already know what size I use, so I just order it. She's like, yeah, but what if it doesn't fit? Well, I just take it back. I take it back, I get my money back, and if I'm there, I'll look for something different or do an exchange, or I will just simply get my money back and get a blouse somewhere else, or jeans, or whatever I'm looking for, you know? And she's like, oh no, I love to try on things. I like to go shopping and try on things. And I go, yeah, so does my cousin. We were talking about this very thing. I said, but I'm not like that. I don't have the patience to go store to store. Like my cousin was saying, she likes to go store to store. I do not. Either they have what I'm looking for at that one store, or they don't, you know, and I'll move on. But I don't like going store to store trying on things. If that works for you all, great, you know, but I'm just not like that. I don't like shopping, you know, I don't. I buy my groceries online too. And once in a while, yesterday I went to the grocery store, you know, it's not like I'm, what is that called, a recluse? I'm not like that, you know, it's just that there are days that I feel it and then days that I don't. And I don't particularly like the way she was questioning me about that, you know? And not only that, but I was wearing a new sweater yesterday. So I'm like, okay, was she trying to ask me where I got this sweater, or was she just trying to tell me, like, why do you wear the same thing all the time? You know, what the hell was she getting at? That's what I wanted to know. So yeah, I did get kind of offended by it, especially, and again, the only reason I felt that way was because she had already asked me before. So either she wasn't paying attention the first time that she asked, or she forgot, or she wasn't really listening to me, you know? And that kind of bothered me even more, to be honest, because I'm like, why are you talking to me after church if you're not even gonna listen to what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Hang on, you all. Okay, you all. I picked up some beans so that I can make tostadas for supper. My son didn't want that, so I made him hamburger helper. I'm like, okay, you don't want tostadas, which are really good? You're getting hamburger helper. Good luck. Anyhow, are you kidding me? This guy, like, he saw that I was turning and he got in front of me anyway. We almost collided, jerk. So anyhow, like I was saying, that really, like, threw me off, and it really, like, rubbed me the wrong way that she did that, right? Then I have my neighbor. My neighbor, who I remind her of a cat, because once again she brought up the cat and the cat and the cat and the cat, and she keeps saying that she's gonna adopt this cat, and I'm like, this cat has been at the shelter for 2 months already and you still have not adopted her? Like, what is the holdup, you know? And she's like, well, because of my dog, you know, he's highly allergic. I said, yes, I know he's highly allergic. So why don't you just let somebody else adopt her? Just leave her alone already. Let her go. And then she was like, well, because my mom might take her in. Okay, well, if your mom's willing to take her in, why hasn't she gotten her yet? Oh, because they're gonna spade her. And that's exactly what she wants. She just wants the shelter to spade the cat for free. That way she don't have to fork over the money. After she told me that they give you a voucher. And I'm like, okay. So I said, okay, well, once she's spaded, can she go get her? Or can you get her for her? Because she's like, oh, well, my mom doesn't like to go to shelters. I said, why is everything so complicated for you? It's like, she reminds me a lot of a family member that I have, where everything's very complicated and everything's an excuse, you know? And finally, I was just like, I really don't like that she was separated from her kittens. She's already, you know, I'm pretty sure she's upset about that. I'm sure she's sad about it, that she lost her little family. And now she's there waiting in a shelter to get adopted. And the longer we take to make a decision, the more stressful it is for her, you know? And she's like, oh, but it was better for the cats. And I was like, I understand that, but that's not my point. So finally, I just changed the subject. But here's what I gather from her. I gather that she's a person that likes the attention. She likes any and all attention to her, because this is what exactly it's about. It's about attention for her. You know, it's all about me, and how I feel. And she also strikes me of a person that she likes to take credit for doing something that she did nothing about. She did not do anything about that cat and her kittens. A neighbor was the one that called animal control, and they picked up the kittens and the mama cat. But yet she wants to make it sound like what she did was good, because she had already called animal control first. They just didn't listen to her. And she wants to say, like, oh, because of me, 4 of those kittens already got adopted and the other 2 are at Petco. And then you have the mama cat there at the shelter. What she actually did, and let me just open up the eyes to everybody out here, what she actually did was take no responsibility. All she did was call and give the responsibility to somebody else to get these cats adopted, while she just sat back and acted like I did a good thing. And the reason I'm saying this is because I'm like, why? I don't want a friend like that in my life. Not that I consider her a friend. She's more of an acquaintance. But friends like that, you don't need. You really don't need. And her friends that I feel are probably either the same or worse. She was on the phone with one of them. I think it was on Friday. I was in the truck starting my husband's truck because I have to do that. And she comes up to me, she starts talking to me, and she's talking to another friend on the phone, and he's just agreeing with everything she's saying. And then she proceeds to tell me how another friend of hers was agreeing with her as well, and all pertaining to this cat and the neighbors and all this other stuff, right? And I'm like, with friends like that that enable that type of behavior and thinking, why would you want friends like that? I want friends that are going to correct me. I want friends that are going to advise me. And of course, all under godly scriptures. I don't want worldly advice. I definitely don't want friends that are going to agree with everything I say and do. I want somebody that's going to step up to me and be like, hey, no, what you're doing is wrong. Hey, no, what you said was wrong. I just feel like people that are, how should I say, undecisive like her, kind of neurotic. If you have friends in your life that are just constantly like, yeah, you're right. They were wrong. They were so wrong. And you are so right. And oh my God, I'm here for you. You can talk to me whenever. I'm here for you. I totally agree with you and only you. The whole world is wrong except for you. I feel like you're enabling bad behavior. You're not allowing this person to learn from their mistakes or to grow. You're allowing these people to continue bad behavior. Her friends are allowing her behavior. I don't allow that. You know? I put it out there, and maybe that's why so many people don't like me, because they're like, oh, she never agrees with me. Oh, you know, I can say the sky is blue and she'll keep arguing with me that it's gray. No, let's not take it to that extreme. No. But when it comes to life choices, yeah, I will say something. If I see that you're like running into a wall over and over, or you're a train wreck happening right before my eyes, I'm going to try to advise you. I'm going to help you. Whether you want it or not, I'm going to say what I think about the situation. And again, all godly, all under godly scripture or love. I'm not going to come at you with worldly advice. And it upsets me so much that there's so many people out here like that. Now, bear with me. Don't think that, oh, Moon, you're just so judgmental and you think you're better than everyone because you're a Christian. No, it's not about that at all. It's a little bit about that. Yeah, I'm a Christian and I do want other people with Christian values. But I do want growth. I want people that are going to draw me closer to God, not away. And if I feel that somebody's driving me away from God with their worldly advice or their worldly thinking and mentality, then I don't want them in my life. And I feel like this woman, my neighbor, this woman who is continually saying to me that everybody's disturbing her peace and her peace and her peace. It's like, ma'am, you are disturbing my peace in more ways than you think, and I can't deal with it. Like yesterday, I was even starting to feel like my head was spinning because of everything she kept telling me. And I failed to mention that 2 nights before, I was getting in the shower and she was like texting me nonstop. All I heard was ding, 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 ding. And it was all about the cat and the neighbor that she was complaining about. And I'm like, oh my God, like I can't deal with this. Like, I'm not your counselor. I'm not your counselor. We're not even friends. We are neighbors. Why are you telling me all this stuff? If you have all these friends that you talk to, that you're always mentioning to me, go talk to them about this. Maybe they can advise you. Why are you telling me? I know that maybe she feels like, well, because you live here, you would understand more. You know who I'm talking about, and you don't like that neighbor either. No, I don't like that neighbor either. But you know what? She's not disturbing my peace. I may not like her character from what she's given me, but she's not disturbing my peace. She stays on her side, I stay on mine. She's not knocking on my door every night complaining about you or anybody else. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, to wrap this up, is that don't enable bad behavior. Like, if you're in a situation like that, I know that we're all in need of friends, right? We all want friends. We all want to be able to say to somebody else, oh, my friend this, my friend that. Oh, I'm going to go have lunch with my friend. Especially women. I've noticed that a lot about women. Men don't brag about their friends, but women will. Oh, I have a friend that I'm going to go shopping with. Oh, I have a friend that I'm meeting up later. Oh, my friend and I are going to go on this vacation together. And oh, my friend. Okay, but why are you coming to me? Again, I know we all want friends. We all do need friends. However, we need the right friends. And I would rather be waiting around for the right friends to come along instead of dealing with people like this that just don't have anything better to do than to just either impose in your life or criticize you. because they're having a tough time. And again, I would also not want a friend that's going to agree with everything with me. Because that's not really a friend. That friend's not helping me grow. So that's all I have to say for this Monday. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Monday. I don't think I'm going to record tonight. I'm probably going to be too cold to record. I am happy that I did my little workout this morning when I woke up. I got that out of the way. So now I have more time in the evening to actually read the Bible and pray more, which is what I'm trying to do. So anyhow, love you all, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.